welcome to part 2 of my Minerva O-gauge pannier tank 8750. This is what it looked like straight out of the box, and I've now finished weathering it, and this is what it looks like now. Here we go, in early 1960s condition, a very dirty grey colour with the rust coming through on the brake shoes and the coupling rods and parts of the frame. Now you can see that my etched plates have not come yet, so what I've done instead is, temporarily, is chalked the number on the side, which is what they used to do in the late BR period when they were pinched or they took them off for safekeeping. They used to chalk on the number instead, and also on the front. Now there was a number of items in the box to stick on this locomotive. One of which was the pipe which runs along the frame there, which I think you were meant to drill holes for, which I didn't do because I haven't got a little drill at the moment. I snapped all mine. So I cut the prongs off the plastic pipe and super glued it on. Now, had I been keeping this black, I would have had to touch up because it was a bit messy and some of the glue was visible. But as I was weathering it anyway, as a full repaint, it didn't matter too much. But that would have been a bit awkward because I think there's metal frames on this, so I don't quite know how you're supposed to drill into that. Also, see the steps on the bunker? They were fixed in place. Again, you're supposed to drill holes, but that is plastic. There's also a shovel there, which I've shoved in that top handrail, which I've seen some prototypes done like that. There was also, let me think, a whistle shield. This is the longer of the two. There was also a shorter version for, I think, earlier versions. The Great Western ones I think had short ones on there. That toolbox was also separately applied. I think they varied in the positioning, and that's why maybe it wasn't fitted on the model. So I got the photographs of 4614, which is a Dean Forrest locomotive, and copied the photographs basically. There's the two pipes on the front also, which were in the bag to fit. And on the rear of the locomotive I've fitted the fire irons, the shovel, and a little bucket as well, which you also get in the locomotive. I fitted one of those on the top of the tanks there as well, which is a very rusty colour. I might have to tone that down a little bit. In the cab is the crew. That's from MODELU, which come through the 3D printed, as I've told you about before. They come in a red plastic, so I had to paint those myself. But they are scans of real people in costume, so I think they're a little bit more realistic than many you get. So that's one at that side. There's also a guy at the other side. There he is leading out the cab. Small oil can resting on the top of the frames there as well. That was included in an accessory pack I got from another company which escapes me at the moment. And the lamps there you see are from MODELU again, which are plastic, and they actually have a hole in the bottom so you can position them on the actually lamp irons on the front of the locomotive, so you can actually move them around and they don't come off unless you turn the loco upside down. So I really like those. I have filled the bunker with some double O-gauge coal, which as it turns out isn't actually big enough. So I've left room at the top there just to put some real coal in. And I'm going to go to the Severn Valley probably this weekend and try and pinch a lump of coal, smash it up, and I'll fill that on the top of that double O coal, and maybe look a little bit more realistic. Some bigger chunks I need really. So it's weathered with a mixture of dark grey and a rust colour, just blended together with a bit of black as well, just to darken it down. And I just brush painted the whole thing It took a while. It would have been quicker with an airbrush, of course, but I don't have one. It's the method I've used for years. I thinned it slightly over the emblem so it didn't obscure it completely, and also thinned it slightly on the buffer beam, and then cleaned it off again in places so you can see the red through. I might clean that a little bit more. There are some rust spots on the middle of the buffers there, which is actually BR Bauxite brown, and also on the brake hangers there as well. And dry brushed around rivets and things on the bodywork. The only areas I actually use black on my weathered models is inside of the chimney, to make it look like a deep dark hole, which it isn't actually. There's a metal rim which offended my eyes straight out of the box because it looked shiny. It didn't look like it was a proper funnel, so that helps to disguise that. And also the coal in the tender, which appears as black. Otherwise everything else is pretty much weathered down to a dark grey or a rusty colour. So I hope you like it. Please comment and subscribe below. I'll see you next time. At some point I'll get this running on some sort of layout, or somebody's layout. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.